How are you doing right now?
So good. I mean, I have so much going on, but I'm so happy to be talking to people other than the 15 house guest.
I mean, I'm happy about that because, yeah, so good would not necessarily be the response I think someone would give when they lost out on, so much money unanimously. But I'm glad to hear that you're in good spirits. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess the first thing I have to ask is,
Yeah.
your thoughts on everything. We'll obviously get into the decision you made at the final three, but as you're going through the jury questions, as you're going through the speeches, as the keys are going into the box, what were
Yeah.
your thoughts? Was this an outcome that you knew would happen?
Um, Before the jury questions, I did have some hope in myself that I would receive a few votes going into the jury questions. I knew based off the questions and the answers received that it would be a very, very lucky moment for me to get a vote because Chelsea explained her game in a very, very well way. She did have a very complex game and she knows how to talk. She knows how to talk for sure. And I'll give that to her. I love her. And listening to her explain her game would have made me vote for her. So I knew that sitting there that I had a very low chance of winning. But for me, her winning was me winning. I absolutely love that woman. She played an incredible game and I would not have been probably in those final two chairs if it wasn't for her help throughout this game. And honestly, my goal coming into this house was to win. Obviously, I wanted to win first, but also just win competitions. I'm an XD1 athlete. I like competitiveness. And so I wanted to win a lot of competitions and I wanted to make it to day 90. The money is a bonus. Absolutely. Of course, I'm going to miss out on 750K, but I did get $75,000 and I got a lot of self worth in this process. And I got to show my character, which is all that I can ask for.
Yeah, so I mean, was this ever a debate for you of Chelsea versus Cam? Because I know we get some DR stuff
Yeah.
of, oh, I'm going back and forth. I know Chelsea had just told me that the two of you had really confirmed it last night, but how much were you weighing it back and forth leading into day 90?
I did think a little bit about how bringing Cam probably would have allowed me to have an easier win, but maybe it's the competitive nature in me and also my loyalty and just who I am. I wanted to sit next to Chelsea. She had helped me throughout the game. I had helped her, and she was an amazing woman. She deserved to be sitting in those two chairs. She had an incredible game. I could see that. And I'm not afraid to sit next to the best people. I'm not afraid to go head to head. That wasn't my game plan. My game plan was not to get huge competitors out. My game plan was to play Big Brother. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what she did. We both deserve to be sitting in those final two chairs. And her winning is a testament to her game. And me bringing her there is a testament to mine.
I want to talk about a move that you end up highlighting in your jury speeches, which is, of course, your first HOH reign when you evict Leah.
Leah.
Yeah, and so you say during the jury speech that, like, this is a move I made for my game, all on my own. I mean, how do you sort of
Yeah.
out in a vacuum
Yeah.
look back upon what happened there, and do you
Yeah.
believe that that was like something you made entirely independently?
Here's the thing. I made the decision entirely independently, but did the thought process and talking it out come with speaking to Chelsea about this? Absolutely. But I came into this house wanting to play with people. And when I got the opportunity to play with Chelsea, I knew I was going to make decisions that not only benefited my game, that benefited hers. Because moves that benefited hers intentionally benefited mine
Hmm.
because if she was staying, that meant I was staying. And having somebody come for her was not something I needed. And also, Leah played a game that was incredible as well. She didn't touch the block that entire time. She had a great social game. She was starting to win comps and she was a threat. And I also, we've had a conversation about this, she did not let a lot of people know where her head was at. So she could have been telling me one thing, but saying another behind closed doors. I never knew. And not knowing allowed me to feel comfortable in making this decision because what I did know was that Chelsea was going to protect me. What I didn't know was where Leah stood at that time. And making that decision could not have been forced by anybody. I did make it solely. I'm the one that had the veto. So I made that decision for me. But did I consider other people inside of that? Absolutely.
During your second HOH reign, you were toying with possibly, putting Cam up, due to his challenge performances. I mean, let's sort of on that note look ahead to if you were
Yes.
sitting next to him in the final two. What do you think your chances would have been against him?
I think my chances would have been a lot better. I definitely think I probably could have said I carried him. And the vice versa is he probably would have said that he had me in his pocket all season and that he made me take him. But the thing is I carried him because I knew I could beat him in the end and beat him in competitions. Whether he was trying to or whether he was throwing them, maybe don't throw them because then you won't be viewed like that. But I don't know what his gameplay was, but I do know that I played a heck of a game. And if I was sitting next to him, I do believe I at least would have had one vote. So, but again, my game plan wasn't to have an easy win and wasn't to play a game that I didn't want. And so sitting next to Chelsea was a testament to my game as well as a testament to my character. And I would not redo it.
So you talk about, having this big game, and it comes from the fact that it was far from an ideal first half for you.
Oh,
You talked
shoot.
about, yeah, I mean, you talked about this a lot, right? Between
Yes.
this episode, between everything with Matt to being on the outs to having to win a couple of these AI arenas to really stay in.
Yeah.
Talk to me about from your own perspective, kind of having to adjust to those expectations, and what do you credit finally being able to recover in the second half of the game?
You know, the first half of this game was rough mentally, physically. I walked into that house. I had a target painted on my back immediately because me and Matt got along, and people don't like initially when people get along. So I had that because of Matt's big blow up, which I somehow got dragged into. Ugh. Then I had a majority alliance formed against me. And then because I was on the social outskirts, I was like, what can I do to make people like me? Guess what I did? I told everybody about my power up. Dumb? Yes. But hey, I got to final two, so it couldn't be too dumb. And then I had to win. I was seen as a threat because I was a D1 athlete, and it was just rough. I had nobody who wanted to work with me, nobody who was told me the truth, nobody in my corner at all. The one person I had in my corner left. And then the other one, who was part of an alliance called the Thromance, got so scared because of the fact that we got bamboozled. She ended up leaving me kind of in the dust early on too, and didn't come back till later in the half. So it was a rough, rough start that really made me clock in to myself and realize that, hey, nobody's going to have your back in here, but you know who can? You. And so I just told myself that I've got myself and that's all that matters. And I can win and I can do hard things. And that's exactly what I did. And then I got Tucker out on day 45. And that changed a lot for me because that was the comp beast of the season at the time. And that was a lot of people's shield. And he had a lot of deceiving going on. He had a lot of gameplay. And people were afraid of him. Thankfully, I was not. He actually was my closest ally at a time until I realized that he was playing me. So then I got him out. So yeah, at that time, that's when a lot of things changed for me. I really started to take a lot of wins. I pushed myself close to somebody who I knew was really, really good in this house, which was Chelsea. I chose to latch onto her and I would protect her. I knew that she would see that. And it worked out for me. It got me to final two.
Yeah, there we go.
Win, but
I mean, the fact that you're coming through with such a good attitude. Not to say that like everyone necessarily needs to feel
yeah,
this way, but like it makes me feel good for you because obviously it's been a long process for you. For you,
yes,
especially as you mentioned, in
yeah,
so many ways, a lot of ups and downs. But it seems like for you, it is ending on an up at
it
the end of the
really
day.
is. It really is. People come into Big Brother wanting to win $750,000. Did I want to win $750,000? Absolutely. But what I wanted most was a well-known, highly valued, highly respected Big Brother game that got me to the end. And that is exactly what I played. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, I am looking forward to seeing what happens next with you, Mackenzie. All the
Thank
best
you.
to you and your family, your other big brother outside of Big
Yes.
Brother. I know you've been missing him, but thank you so
Yes.
much for taking the time to chat with me and for everything you brought for the past 90 days. Cannot wait to see what happens next. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Mike. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.